Hello and welcome to Hocus Pocus Doom. I don't know if I'll do a full playthrough of this. I have finished it previously, and it goes on for quite a while. Hocus Pocus Doom is a full conversion for Doom, kind of, which, rather than being Doom, turns it into Hocus Pocus, which is a platformer which particularly myself, I used to play back in the day. It's got good music in it too. I believe Hocus Pocus was actually released by Apogee, the big developer at the time for platformers and all the like. I only ever played the shareware version of it. The game you play as a young boy called Hocus Pocus, and he is tasked by the wizard, or this particular grumpy wizard of the order he wants to join, to go in and complete all these tasks, which I'm pretty sure is just doing the wizard's dirty work for them, in order to be called a wizard. So, Hocus Pocus Doom takes that, and it pretty faithfully recreates the game in a first-person mode. It's not a very complicated game, and since I downloaded this, because this is a version I downloaded a while ago, the other two parts might have actually come out. These are actually, at least 3 of them, are named after the episodes in the platformer. Time Tripping, Shattered Worlds, and Warped and Weary. Destination Home, I think, is an extra one added. I don't know whether it's done yet. I haven't actually checked it up. I should do that. Maybe I'll do that if I decide to stream it again. But anyway. We'll play on hard, sure. And here we go. Collect all of the magic crystals to finish this level. That magic crystal looks like over there, that purple orb. This status bar below will show how many crystals you have found. So there we go. That was the goal in Hocus Pocus, Heretic. And yeah. It's a very bright game, at least in this level. And this is basically what Hocus Pocus looked like in the platformer. You have all these giant mushrooms everywhere, and you have this castle here. Though, of course, it was a 2D game, so it was a 2D platformer, so... But the music is the same. Reminds me of Legends of Kyrandia. Yes, I can understand that. That's another game I haven't played. A lot of Hocus Pocus, being a platformer made during the 90s, involves going around collecting items to build up your points. We only have the one attack in Hocus Pocus, which is our lightning bolt. You'll see down in the bottom right, it has a lightning bolt symbol. That is how many lightning bolts I can fire at a time. If I pick up this, I will get another one. Now I can fire 2 at one time. My health down there is the hearts. Something was hurting me. We have these little gators. We have these demons here. This is not a very complicated mod. The game itself, the platformer, wasn't very complicated. However, it just tickled me that someone decided to make a Doom mod based on this. We pick up these gems to increase our score. We do have time, but that's just for bonus points. And we have 2 crystals to find in this level. We can jump. As it was a platformer, of course, we can jump. And right there we see one of the major themes in Hocus Pocus. Going into new areas spawns enemies around. And there's the grumpy wizard at the end there. Let's pick up all these gems. It's very satisfying to do so. There we go. We picked up another lightning bolt. That's actually different from the base, from the original Hocus Pocus. But these mushrooms, they charge you. In the base, in Hocus Pocus, the platformer, you just fired lightning bolts. And you didn't have, like, charge up lightning bolts. But anyway, hello, wizard. So, you think what you have what it takes to be a wizard? A pipsqueak like you? We shall see. Yeah, forget you. He torments you. He's not a bad guy, I don't think. He's just kind of mean. But yes, this is a very bright and cheerful game. Obviously being a platformer aimed at children. Wow. Got these crowns. There's a crystal. We might actually hold off on getting that because the game automatically ends when you pick up all the crystals. So, you would tend to want to leave one, even in the platformer, just in case you missed some secrets. Here we go. We have 54 monsters in this level and 180 secrets. I think that counts individual items rather than an area, so... Ooh. We have that green potion, which gives us some hit points back. Destructible walls. And there's a gold switch there. Or a gold key slot. We need a gold key to activate that. More secrets than level, yeah. As I said, I think it's counting items. I will try to find all of them. All the secrets. Shouldn't be too hard. I like this. I have played through it completely, as I said. The gameplay is a bit repetitive. That is true to the platformer. The platformer was not that... Nothing special. It was... And I died. And you explode into fireworks when you die. Tough break. You'll get it next time. Results for level 1. 101 treasures available out of 180. Accuracy 56. Anyway. So yes. It's a bright, cheerful game. It's not, as I said, it's not very complicated. Just like the platformer. Follow me. Oh, there's some health potions back there. There is some power-ups in the game. We probably won't see one for a bit, though. There is a power-up which makes your attack... Because I'm having to click each time I fire at the moment. There's one which makes it a continuous stream of lightning bolts, which is really useful to carve through large amounts of enemies. There might be something else like a spread fireball or something like that, which is different from the base game, from the platformer. But I can't remember. Ow. Actually, let me check something. 39. 40. Okay. Secrets in this is actually counting objects, so it's like, oh, have you picked up all the treasure yet? Yeah, okay. So I think what happens one taste. Ow! Stupid mushrooms. The game's propensity for spawning in enemies around you is true to the platformer. And it was kind of irritating there as well. You'd travel down a corridor and then monsters would appear in front of you and behind you. I just ran through and got that. Does it count those? No. Okay. The monster variety is basically what you see as well. There will be enemies which move back and forth, they shoot things at you occasionally, there's enemies that charge you in melee, and there's the occasional flying enemy. That's true to the base game as well. Watch out, those monsters are out to get you. Oh, really? I hadn't noticed. Are you summoning them? Do I have a plot here? Here we go. Instructions and story. These are all the different items you can get. They give you different amounts of points. Smart guy. I know. That's why he's a wizard. We have extra firepower. This is the one which is a continuous stream. Homing shots. I have auto aim on apparently, so... Or is it rapid fire? Extra firepower. Yeah, rapid fire is the one which is just things. Splitter shots, which is a spread. I don't know what power shots is. Fireball is another one. You have a power wand. This is actually more than the base game had. The base game just had rapid fire and maybe fireball. It was pretty simple. It certainly didn't have hit points. I think maybe it had healing. Maybe. I can't remember. Teleport. You use it and you teleport somewhere else. That's how it works. And destroyable bricks, switches, traps, keys, red crystals to find secret levels, all crystals, wizards use bot to talk. Yes, Apogee and Moonlit Software did Hocus Pocus. Once upon a time, in the land of Lattice, there was an apprentice magician named Hocus Pocus. He had studied long and hard to become a true and powerful magician, and that could sit with pride on the Council of Wizards. The council ruled this part of the land, and being a member was the highest honor. It would also help to get really good tables at restaurants. The head of the council, Terexin, did not believe Hocus was serious with his studies, mostly because of the doodles down the side of his spellbook. So he set him a series of tasks, each more dangerous than the first. To make matters worse, Hocus could not marry his true love, the outrageously beautiful and well-drawn Papupa, until he became a member of the council. You gotta have marriage in there somewhere. So Hocus said goodbye to his parents, Slow and Pipina Pocus. Oh, Slow Pocus and Pigina Pocus, and set off to defeat the evils Terexin set before him, with only his determination and a nicely tailored magician's outfit to protect him. He also had his infinite pocket-sized lightning spell, which could also prove helpful. All power in the land of Lattice had its sources in magic crystals, gems that resonate when brought together in sets. You must capture the crystals of each of your adversaries and rob them of their magical powers, said Terexin. And should one of the adversaries, well, meet with an accident, no one will really complain, if you know what I mean. The council used such tests to rid themselves of pesky adversaries that posed a threat to their control of the area. The most annoying were the mad monks of Melanoir. These monks guarded their part of the magic paths, the dimensional shortcuts by which you could travel to the different parts and different eras of Lattice. They would charge a toll to those wanting to travel along their paths, which were among the most heavily travelled paths in the land, especially the paths to the beautiful Amazon tribes before the time of close era. This bothered the council, who wanted them removed so they could get on with their Amazon studies. Back in the time of really big shaking, parts of Lattice ripped themselves off into another space and time, connected only by paths. Strange creatures formed into fluctuating magic energies, and few of these were very nice. The least nice of these mutants were the tree demons. People had once used these trees to hang swings from, built forts in, and saw bits off so they didn't damage their roof, and so on. For hundreds of years, the trees had stored up their tree anger, so much that the magic allowed their sheer peevedness to bring them to consciousness. Since you look like many of the young lads that climbed on them for centuries, said Terexin, you may have some trouble. Inhabiting the most unstable and dark areas along the paths were the harsh grey dragons of Higgendom. These dragons were very frustrated and hungry, because they had had trouble fitting through the smaller paths which led to beautiful princesses. They could never find any to feast on, and often had to order takeout. This frustration was taken out on any visitors to their lands, mostly in the form of body-scorching fireballs. These fireballs were born on the fiery bellies of the dragons, and were so fiery that even antacids could not quench them. Steal their crystals, said Terexin, or we'll be dragging you home in a box. Yeah, sort of a magician's joke, you know. The long-standing enemy of the council is Trollodon, former head of the council. Now its sworn enemy, what started as a simple argument over which patent dishes to buy for the council's dining room ballooned into a fierce antagonism that threatens to destroy the very magic paths themselves. This is distressing to you, since they are your only way home. Trollodon means to break Lattice apart, said Terexin. Kicky stinking magic buttocks. To watch your progress, Terexin will usually project an image of himself into an area, and if he's in the mood, he'll speak astrally to you and give you a hint of nearby danger. Or most likely, he'll be very rude to you. Good luck, young wizard. And that's the plot. I'm not sure, but I don't think this game takes itself too seriously. No. It's very important plot, otherwise you would have no idea what's going on. Everything's all cleared up now. I think you'll agree. That is exactly the plot from the platformer. That has not changed at all, as far as I understand. It even looks the same. So, yes. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, I have a gold key. Yep, right. Up. I mean, visually this looks really nice. I mean, it's garish, but it looks like what the platform will look like. I'm pretty sure actually most of the texture in this is taken directly from the platformer. Break through these. Get out of here. I should go back out and pick up that health switch that's out there. Ow! There's the last crystal. But we won't pick that up yet. Have we got all the items? No, we haven't. We're actually missing some secret areas. Or secrets. Secrets. Items. Oh! Ow, 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 ow. Now I really need that health. Here we go. I think on the easier difficulties it would be a one-to-one exchange of health to health potions. But on the harder difficulties the enemies deal more damage. Secret in that hallway you opened. Some blocks on the wall of it. Oh, okay, thank you. Eagle eyes. Ah, yes, I see. Yes. Ta-da. I like the sound it makes when you pick the items up. It's just like, I want to pick up all of them. So you found a secret treasure room. Perhaps I misjudged you. You are still doomed to failure. Thanks for being so supportive. I'm already like 10 or something. Yahoo! And there we go. How are we going? Fine. Maybe I'll do one more level. And yep, more mushrooms. We get a full heal when you start the next level. Oh, but we actually lose all of our charge up. So you have to build it up every level. Or perhaps I might actually zoom to one of the later levels. Let's see, ID player. What's a good number? 12. Here we go. Ooh. I have nothing to tell you right now. I just felt like bothering you. Forget you. Right, and we have monsters up here. But you can see the monsters basically do the same things they do have actually different shot counts. But for the most part, there's enemies which shoot at you, enemies which fly and shoot at you, enemies which charge at you. And that's true for the platformer. There is bosses in this. We saw them in we saw them mentioned in the plot dump. The Mad Monks of Melanoir, I believe, were the first ones which you fight. Actually get a good rate of fire going when the enemies are right up in your face. Because it only counts how many projectiles are on screen at once, rather than, like, time between shots. So if you're right up against the wall... Or maybe not. It seems to work like that when you're hitting enemies with them. When you're hitting a wall, it doesn't seem to work like that. I assume it turns out that your wizard helper is the big bad. Yeah, I can't remember. I never played the full game of the of base Hocus Pocus. I don't believe so, actually. Surprising as that is, he's just rude. I think they mentioned a big bad. What's it called? Terexin or something like that. He's just an even bigger grumpy wizard. This guy's just, you know, a bit of a dick. Pardon the language. He's like that in the platformer as well. He just pops up every now and then. It's like, oh, you can't possibly defeat this. Or, you know, ha ha ha, I got you to come over here for no reason or something. Just like, gee, thanks. I do like the music in Hocus Pocus, though. It's short. They are on short loops, but... I don't know. Go! And a die. I assumed that was a trap. It's a trap! Yeah. That was very quick. Let's have a look at another level. Let's have a look at level 6. Here we go. It's an ice world. Snowballs on the ground. What do you got to say? Still think you have what it takes? This is a big one. Oh yeah, these ones have sliding penguins in it. But yeah, I think this conversion is actually done really really well. Okay, good. Thank you for your leniency. And I died. I didn't even kill any of the monsters. Wow. If I'd played through this, I might play through it on normal. Just because a one-to-one exchange for damage to health is more in the spirit of the original game. And it means, like, the floor doesn't kill you so fast. This music is very Amiga. Yeah, I can see that. Like, a similar sound font. I don't know much about the company which made this. What was it called? No, not High Score. The company which made this was Moonlit Studios. Moonlit Studios, if you'll excuse me for a moment. Doesn't have anything about the company which made it. It says 3D Realms. I'm on a list of 3D Realms games. But I believe in this case, I believe in this case, an earlier game was made, an engine was made for an earlier game, which is extremely similar to Hocus Pocus in terms of mechanics. I think it's like an alien invasion platformers, where you have a gun and you shoot things like in Duke Nukem. I think there's an LGR video on it, actually. And the engine is basically the same. And then I think the guy who made it, you know, showed it off to 3D Realms or whatever, and they picked it up and they had it published by Apogee. I thought maybe the company which had made this had done some Amiga games beforehand, but I think both of them were PC games. I wouldn't be able to tell you the name of the other game off the top of my head. It's one which I've only seen like twice. Right. There's no switches in here? No. Okay. I mean, overall, I think the levels in this are quite impressive. They're, rather expansive. And considering he's had to, the creator of this, has had to extrapolate a lot from the levels themselves in the platform. Because remember, the platformer would have been was a 2D game. So he's had to extrapolate all this. Or think up of a design for each of the levels. It's quite impressive. And each of the levels, as far as I can remember, play pretty well. They're mostly, you just go here, flip switch, get the key, use the key on the key slot, open the door, but yeah, it works. Looking for something. Good thing this was not made today, it would be all grey and brown. Have we got... Are we still in the grey and brown era? Was that like late 2000s? But yeah, things could stand to be more vibrant. I mean, the Doom 2016 was in danger of being like that. Then people were like, no, make like the Cacodemons red. They were like, fine. And it's like, yes, it looks so much better now. Oh, hang on. Right. I understand. It's a lever puzzle. There we go. Got these guys that throw spears and the penguins which slide at you. Go. I think the lightning sound can get a little grating after a while, especially because it's like the only sound you hear for most of the game. Oh yes, this level. I remember this. But yeah. This is Hocus Pocus Doom. It's quite a good conversion. Quite a good... I think it's a well done, and I died. I think it's quite a good full conversion for a Doom mod based on a 2D platformer. Rather unexpected that someone would choose to do this based on a game like Hocus Pocus, but I think this is quite a good mod overall. Does not matter how many levers they throw at you, you're playing Hexen, this is nothing. Yeah, I mean this is a lot more straightforward, the levers tend to be right next to what they do, so... At least I believe. Anyway, I'll probably do it for this. We'll have a look at one more level. Just briefly. ID Clev... 8. Here we go. This is a weird moonscape level with giant pillars in the background and these dragonflies which spit eggs at you. And these annoying dog things which charge at you. All these enemies are from the base platform, are from the platformer as well. We actually have the main menu music here. As I said, I rather like the music. Let me have a look. Who did the music for Hocus Pocus? No. You're gonna have to be specific, because otherwise you get the movie. Okay, the composers was one Rob Wallace and Jeff Gatlin. So, their names don't immediately mean anything to me. But, yes. Have a boss level in here? There are boss levels. As I said, one was the Mad Monks of Menawa. And I think you have the Angry Trees. I think you have a Dragon's other one. I forget which level they're on. So I might not be, I probably wouldn't be able to show them off. But yeah, there are bosses. They tend to be just sort of, you know, they stand there, they shoot at you, and you have to shoot them back. Which is about as much as what they were in the base game. In the platformer. I should stop saying base game. Anyway. Tough break. That is Hocus Pocus Doom. A rather nice total conversion. Especially if you maybe grew up playing Hocus Pocus. It can produce some fond memories of the platformer. I have played through the whole of this, as I said earlier. At least this release. This is a rather old release. I think it got it a year or two ago. So I have not actually checked up on it. I'll have to do that when I upload the video. And I recommend it for people to play. Don't expect much more than what you've seen here. There is a few more items and, you know, the level design is all different in each level, but combat is about what you see. And the goal of the game is mostly to go through the level, pick up all the items, defeat the enemies, maybe find some secret levels. So, there's not that much enemy variety, but it seems like their attacks are a bit more varied, but you know, just sort of maybe, you know, this enemy's a bit tougher. But, yeah, I rather enjoy it. Anyway, we'll do it for now. I'd like to thank you very much for joining me. I'll stop the recording here.